according to a bombshell new report this week from the South Florida Sentinel, Florida's Republican Trump-loving governor Ron DeSantis helped cover up the state's soaring COVID numbers in the months before the presidential election. The investigation found that from September 3rd through November 3rd, Ron DeSantis used his influence over the state's public health department to stop giving daily updates on how bad the COVID situation was here in the state of Florida. And he did that, the report says, to help Donald Trump win the state. Now, as we all know, leading up to the election, to November 3rd, the state of Florida, according to every single poll, was leaning towards Biden. Biden was winning in just about every poll, some of them by well over the margin of error. It looked like Joe Biden was going to take Florida. And then election day came. Donald Trump just absolutely demolished Joe Biden in the state of Florida, surpassed all of the polling models, well over what anybody thought he would do. And now we're finding out that our idiotic, Trump-loving, and apparently virus-loving governor helped to do that by trying to whitewash how bad the situation was in our state down here. Now, we already know. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Rebecca Jones, the scientist who worked for the state of Florida, she had developed the COVID database. She, according to her earlier this year, said that she had been fired from her job because they asked her to doctor the numbers and she refused to do it. This week, she said, or not she said, it was also confirmed, she had her home raided by agents, by police officers, armed. She says they pointed guns at her. They pointed guns at her kids. They went through her stuff. Now, there was no reason whatsoever to do this except for Ron DeSantis's continued cover-up of the COVID death rate here in the United States, or in the state of Florida, excuse me. This is criminal. Absolutely, there needs to be an investigation into Governor Ron DeSantis. They need to find out what he did, who he influenced, and none of that will ever happen. I am sorry to say that this Republican-controlled state, Florida, where I have lived my whole life, it is lost. Florida's lost. And I think anybody else who actually lives here, I think you know what I mean too. We have watched our state over the years kind of flip-flop. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's red. But here inside the state itself, outside of presidential elections, folks, it's been red for decades. I don't know why it was ever considered a swing state. I mean, hell, Alabama had a Democrat as their governor more recently than the state of Florida did. Our state legislature is absolutely captured by Republicans. The Senate in Florida back in 2018 was lost to these Republicans. Democrats cannot win in the state of Florida anymore. And that's a secondary point to the main point. The main point is that Ron DeSantis covered this up. And by covering it up, by the way, he allowed more people to become infected and die. That's on him. He did that. And he'll never get held accountable. Nobody will ever launch a meaningful investigation because he's a Republican, and Republicans control damn near everything down here in this ass-backwards state. It is what it is. We've got what we've got. We've got this disgusting human being as a governor, following in the footsteps of the disgusting human being before him, Rick Scott, now our Senator Rick Scott. That's what Florida gives you. If you're a progressive, get as far away from here as possible. Because this place is going to hell in a handbasket, and it is going in the express lane. And Ron DeSantis is the one who's leading us there. And these latest reports from just the last 7 days, they pretty much prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt.